You ever have one of those days, or maybe one of those nights, where you get these sudden mood swings or anxiety that just pops up out of nowhere? Well, we're about to dig into a really interesting and maybe kind of unsettling theory from our source material about what could actually be pulling the strings behind the scenes. So let's start with this. Does this sound familiar? You find yourself waking up night after night for what feels like no reason at all. You weren't stressed, no bad dreams, but boom, there you are, wide awake at 2 a.m. And then, right in that moment, something else kicks in, doesn't it? This powerful, almost desperate need for something sweet, a cookie, ice cream, you name it. It's a very specific and very strange pattern. Now, the source material we're looking at has a pretty memorable way of putting it. It suggests that these little nightly episodes aren't just random. It's a sign that, and I'm quoting here, the freaks come out at night. And this really gets to the heart of the whole idea. What if those cravings, that terrible sleep, what if it's not a failure of your own willpower? What if the real cause is something else entirely? An unseen culprit, you could say, living right inside you. So, according to the source, all of these seemingly disconnected things, waking up in the middle of the night, the intense sugar cravings, even those mood shifts, they all point back to one single hidden cause. And here it is. The hidden enemy, according to this theory, is parasites. The whole idea is that these organisms can actually manipulate our behavior to get what they need to survive. Okay, so if we run with this idea that parasites are the issue, what's keeping them alive and kicking? Well, the source material gets right into how these things get fueled, and, it might be through some of our most common daily habits. This slide breaks down how we might be accidentally rolling out the welcome mat for them. First, the source points a finger at fish, saying things like salmon and sushi can be a major source. Second, processed foods. The claim is they can wipe out the good bacteria that would normally protect you. And number 3, the really big one, your sweet tooth. Now, here's where the source makes a really, really bold connection. It suggests parasites are part of this sort of unhealthy alliance with yeast and even cancer. The argument is that all 3 of these things just love the same kind of environment inside your body. It's a pretty wild idea, but it's central to the whole theory. And this right here is the common thread, the one thing they all have in common. According to the source, the absolute favorite food for this entire group is, you guessed it, sugar. It's basically presented as the rocket fuel that helps all these pathogens thrive. So from this perspective, sugar isn't just empty calories. It's literally food for the enemy. But it's not just about what these things eat. It's also about what they leave behind. This next part is all about the toxic trail they can create inside our bodies. I mean, it's just simple biology, right? Every living thing eats, and every living thing produces waste. So when these organisms are living inside of you, all their waste products are being released directly into your system. And the source is very specific here. It calls this byproduct acidic waste. The key word there is acidic. It's described as being actively toxic, something that's genuinely harmful to your body's tissues and systems. So, what's the supposed result of all this internal pollution? Well, the source connects it directly to physical symptoms, things like unexplained aches and pains, chronic joint inflammation, and even inflammation of your blood vessels. The argument is that this isn't just getting older, it's the direct result of a toxic internal environment. All right, so after laying all of that out, the source finally gets to the solution, and it's a pretty direct, pretty clear strategy. The counteroffensive is, simply, to starve the critters. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. The whole philosophy here isn't to just treat the symptoms, but to go straight to the root of the problem and completely cut off their food supply. And that's really the bottom line of this whole theory. The source is arguing that these organisms aren't just going to pack up and leave. As long as they have fuel, especially sugar, they're going to keep on thriving and multiplying. The power to stop it, according to this, is all in what you choose to eat. Which leaves us with one last kind of fascinating question to chew on. The next time you feel that sudden, intense, almost uncontrollable urge for something sweet, especially late at night, you might just want to ask yourself what this source suggests. Are your cravings really yours?